Who you gonna call?
Mythbusters.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are honored to have created for you free access to over 653 Life's Inside Track episodes where we share insider tips, making house home, how to build wealth wisely through real estate. And the great news is you can get access to them from anywhere. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, let's make it happen so you can get the episodes as soon as they're released. We're going to explore how you can find the right realtor so that your fears are not realized.
Okay, I'm going to make a bold move here.
Ooh.
You ready for it?
Nope.
You
Okay.
want your fears not to be realized, call the Dekker team.
What are you looking at me for? I already know how to reach the
Do
Dekker
you?
team.
Call the Dekker team. Call my cell number, 613-867-6058. There, I was bold.
You were bold. And just because you call to interview, we're not going to arm wrestle you. We're not going to strong arm you. No, you're not. And I'm not even going to do some boxing with them. We're not going to do that. What it gives you opportunity to do is interview and have a conversation. And if it feels good and you believe we're the right fit for you, and we believe you're the right fit for us, because it's actually an interview that's a two-way interview. Just like when you apply for a job, they're interviewing you, sure, and you're actually secretly interviewing, and secretly maybe not, but they probably aren't thinking about the fact that you're also interviewing them. Well, with real estate, it's no different.
Mm-hmm.
And so your fears about it's scary to sign a contract, it's hard to be held to something that you don't want to be held to. Well, I can assure you that you won't be at the Dekker team held to a contract you don't want to be held to. Well, once you've signed a buyer agreement, not the buyer agreement, but once you've signed an agreement of purchase and sale, that's no longer an agreement with us. That's an agreement with the seller. Once that's signed and you've removed conditions, that contract, that we're going to write in such a way so that you're assured to buy the house.
Yeah, you're assured to close on it, but the seller is also assured to provide the house at the end. We got to keep it, dot our I's, cross our T's, make sure that contract is solid, and make sure that you're safe, especially with the contingencies, so that you can look at things with a closer eye before you go, yeah, I'm going to firm up. So, yeah, if they're going to interview an agent, right? Just like you said, it's like interviewing for a job. Most people haven't interviewed a realtor for the job of finding a house for them. So maybe they might like some questions to ask.
And we created years and years ago what we believe are the top 19 questions that clients of ours have told us they want answers to be able to help decide if, in fact, this is the right realtor for them. So all you have to do is ask us for it. We will email it to you. It's in soft copy now. And we do have one that gives you our answers. So it's kind of like you do an interview before the interview. And if that doesn't feel good, then you don't even have to have the clarity call.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it takes the pressure off so that your potential fear of pressure to do something you don't want to do doesn't actually happen. Because here's the bottom line is you need to stay in control. You need to have control of your own decision making.
Yeah, excellent. And also, maybe if you're still got a little bit of trepidation, you don't know who to pick, is ask for a referral from a friend. Or maybe you're moving to a different area. Like the last couple of weeks, we've referred out many clients to Calgary and Saskatchewan and places like that. Quebec, yeah. Where people need real estate expertise, but they're not in the habit of interviewing a realtor. So we'll make sure if we don't have a relationship with one in the area you're interested in,
which we may
we may, but if we don't, we're going to research, we're going to find the right realtor for you, we're going to interview them, make sure they're right, and then we're going to connect you.
Because we know exactly what answers we need from them to make sure that we believe they're a good fit for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, maybe you want to join us. If you want to see us in person instead of just on the radio or on the video, join us at our Building Wealth Wisely workshop on September 25th. It's only $47, and you get to bring the family as long as your kids are 16 and above.
Yeah, even 15 if they're interested in the whole wealth building wisely conversation, because we will share an insight that will set up young people before they have their first real job to be assured financial success as they mature and get older.
Yeah. Simple, not easy. So,
True.
Yetta, you're going to trust your gut, right?
I am going to trust my gut.
Especially a woman sometimes has that intuition, that gut feeling, the second brain, the gut's called.
Yeah, I think sometimes men do too. I don't necessarily trust yours quite as much as I trust mine. And maybe you're like that too. So if you can't trust your own gut because it's led you astray too many times, then maybe trust your partner's gut.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing it on your own, meaning you're single and you're going to buy a property on your own, which we've certainly helped many do, bringing a really close friend on the journey with you, that can be really helpful. But then ideally, they need to be on the whole journey with you.
Not just at the end.
Not just at the end. Please, please, please. That is a way of sabotaging yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would say another way of alleviating fear is to read the contract. Read every word, because you know what they say is when you read the fine print, you get knowledge. When you don't read the fine print, you might just get experience.
Yeah, a nasty, expensive education, worse than a college education.
Yeah.
And the ability to be released from the contract. I know we do it. I can't tell you that everybody does it because I know many people in the real estate industry want to hold you to the contract with their buyer representation that they sign. I think it's really smart that you have the ability to stay in control and can be released if you want to be. Right? Because you sometimes think something's going to work really well. And if it doesn't, you want to be able to have an out. And it's just addendum to the contract. It's not part of the standard contract, but it's certainly an addendum we've been adding for over 30 years.
Yeah. So the other thing is just know their knowledge, because maybe they've been in the business 10 years, but they've only sold a couple houses a year and they haven't grown. So their knowledge stayed the same. They're doing the same thing 10 years in a row, right? There's a big difference from someone that their business has been growing, their knowledge is growing, they go to seminars and take courses and have gotten designations or whatever. They're just growth oriented, because that person's going to have a lot more expensive.
Especially within their industry. I mean, that's one of the reasons you chose to be president of the real estate board. I mean, I know you had to get voted in, and yet it positioned you to be of even more value.
Yeah, for sure.
To clients.
Yeah. David Meister, he said, professional is not a label you give yourself. It's a description you hope others will apply to you. Together, we're clarifying your options, because when your options are clear, your wisdom will flow.
Moving forward with the Dekker team.